be honest. I'm pretty good at math. Take 20 grand, divided by 3% real estate commission that you make. That's selling one home for $667,000. You got your 20 grand back. Again, mathematically impossible. 2,000 people get in touch 60 times. 120,000 real high-end quality reports. And if you haven't seen them yet, we'll send you the link. It'll blow you out of the water. It's not possible, but we back it up. We want you happy. We'll keep giving you another 100 multimedia business cards until you say, hey, I've made my money back. We'll have your system all running. You can use it indefinitely until you're happy. We're going to have 1 or 2 people out of 100 that aren't happy. Now, maybe they're being honest, maybe they're not, but we're not going to question it. You're our client. We want you to be happy, so we're going to guarantee it.
You're going
But again,
to say
if you don't, what's that?
You're going to say that? That's a kind of a guarantee that you're going to keep sending them 100.
Yeah.
What if they're not, you know, you're going to keep sending them 100?
You'll have a couple morons that take you up on it, and they'll lie, cheat, steal, and they've closed, and they've made hundreds of thousands or millions, whatever. So we send them 100 multimedia business cards. You don't ever build a system based on the lowest common denominator, because those people are out there. Who cares about them? The other 98 that come on board says, wow, you guys got the balls to back this thing up and guarantee it, and you must believe in this system, it must work. So again, Al, 667,000, 3% is 20 grand. Again, maybe you don't have that in your budget right now. You don't feel like stroking a check. We already know that. So we financed it, we've broken it out over 6 months. So you can come on board, get the system, start making money, pay as you go. And a year from now, you're gonna be laughing, you're gonna call me back and say, you guys are suckers. You could have sold that for more, or this system is crazy, or you're gonna give me all kinds of compliments and be glad you came on board. So price, value, you know.
And we also are able to track how many people have gone to the website and watched the videos, right?
Yeah.
We get so you're telling me, John or Al, or Al, you're saying that a year later, you're telling me that the system hasn't worked and you want 100 business cards, but it shows that 500 people have watched your video. You're telling me you haven't sold 1 or 2 houses from this?
Yeah.
Because in our experience, that's impossible.
Yeah.
It's a conversion.
Yeah, and the
That's
answer
a new problem.
the answer I just gave Al was like 3 or 4 answers together. I would have broken that up in sound bites. That wouldn't have all came out all
Right.
over them.
I know.
That would have been.
We're role playing. This was as best as we could try to do.
Exactly.
It.
To both your points, there's 3 levels of understanding, right? There's head knowledge, there's experience, and then there's multiplication of that experience. So that's teaching, and that's doing it multiple times. This is all shooting from the hip.
Right.
When you do it, it's going to be so much more simple. Trust
Yes,
me.
it is.
You'll just get on the phone. It's a normal relational conversation. You're going to talk about their business a little bit. You're going to talk about what we have. You're going to put the ball back in their court. If they do something, you'll follow up with them. If they don't follow up with them. Basically, move on. Do not chase people around. But what was I going to say? The whole reason I was standing up here the whole
That's
time.
right.
Don't pop back in
I'll
here.
come
I will
back.
offer
You go.
lunch.
I'll
Listen,
throw some. Oh, go ahead.
at lunch, I will offer while
Oh, I
everyone's
got
eating
you.
if we be quiet. Go ahead, you go first.
So here's the thing, we talked about multiple decision makers. It gets super complex. First of all, don't believe the lie that there are multiple decision makers. There aren't. There's always one decision maker. Find that person, and unless you're 90% sure that they're the decision maker, don't bring them to Jim or Steven.
No.
That's a no-no. They will waste your time like crazy because they're like salespeople in the organization that love how good of a salesperson you are, and they will eat up all of your time and energy, and then come to find out they can't even make it.
It's okay to ask them, are you the decision maker on your own marketing?
Get to that as quick as you possibly can. How do you get to that?
We had that with the
LinkedIn,
Wells Fargo.
Facebook, stock, the whole Predator thing, maybe we'll leave that out, but know ahead of time, is this the decision maker or not? If it's not, try to get to that decision maker as quick as you can. If they don't want to be gotten to, then oftentimes you're not going to get to them.
So guys, if you call a Wells Fargo, we already dealt with it. That's too big of a company, too much corporate bullcrap to go through for loan officers. That was a loan officer. I've called some loan officers too. You call the small mom and pop brokers, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
So same thing, and so just keep that in mind when you're calling.
While we're talking about pricing at the break, like Rodney Smith was one, and there was a couple others that were talking about the $8,000 price point. Well, we have to think about that. We do not want to sell that. He was asking how we get around that, and the guarantee that Jim just gave is on the 20,000 and above.
20,000.
It's not on the 16,000, the 12, or the 8. So we want to downsell to there if we have to. We do not want to start there. So don't go out there and say this deal's only $8,000. It will kill you because it's too much per unit, because they're gonna look at that inventory
Yeah.
as $80 a piece, when that's not what they're buying a system, but that'll be in their head.
Right.
I'll work harder selling them out of the 8 grand up to the 1,000 pieces at 20 grand than I did to get the original sale. Because I know they're gonna suck. If
Yeah.
they do it in $80 a piece, we've talked about it before, and that scared fear mentality, fear never makes money. Fear does not make money. Passion, excitement, balls, bravado, fear doesn't make money. Scared money always loses. Whether you're a gambler or a business person or whatever, scared money always gets donated to the casino, right?
Great point,
But I was
Chuck.
gonna
Let's
op-
only put that one price on the webpage.
That's all we're doing. I mean, we'll have the price points
Right.
out there, but yeah, it would probably even be better. That's the El Cabasa. That's the way to go. They're getting a Rolls Royce Phantom for 20 grand.
Right.
That's my favorite car. Purple. Me and Prince sitting in the back. He's playing music. Prince and I are jamming. I'm gonna say some wacky stuff to your prospects. I hope you don't mind, but as soon as I key in on them, like Al, what's your favorite car? You a car guy? No, I'm a boat guy. Oh, wow. So you got real money. All right, I don't have money like that. But what kind of boat do you like? Oh, 59-foot, love a trawler. Yikes. All right, well, you have made some money. You even know that exists. All right, cool. What's that thing run? 2.1 million. I'm gonna help you get that boat. I'm gonna help you get that. Do you really want it? This system, you go to town, I'm gonna get that boat, right? So, $20,000. How many dollars do you spend a year in marketing? You know, you made $1.5 million last year. Most realtors I know spend 20. The real ones, like the real ones that put up good numbers, put 20-30% back in their business. So if you made $1.5 million, you spent $300-400 grand last year. Are you telling me when you see this whole system, you're not going to spend 20 grand on it? Al, I want to call you names that you're not going to like me, right? Take a hard look at it. I know you're busy. I know this. I know that. You got sellings, closings. You're saving deals. You're putting out fires. You're running around with your hair on fire. Some night when you get home, put the kids to bed, grab a glass of wine, tell your wife, chill out, don't start the movie yet, get the fireplace going, and watch these stinking movies real quick, would ya? Would ya? I mean, either you want the boat or you don't, right? I can't help you if you don't want to help yourself, right? So just take a look at them. When you watch them all the way through, you're going to be a little bit mad. Because if you would have had this 10, 12 years ago, you might already be floating on that, sailing on that boat somewhere. So I'll just have some fun with them. If they're real dry and stiff, then I do dry and stiff with them. If they're fun, loosey-goosey, whatever path, I'm just going to ping off of where they're at and go down that path. I'm not trying to, I don't sell myself out, but different people are different people. Al's going to take in different information than Sheila or Kevin. You'll figure out I figure out real quick who they are. I say some, I don't curse. I say some outlandish stuff just to test the waters, not way outlandish, and I see what comes back, And you can tell how fast they answer, their cadence, their tonality. You can tell who they are real quick. I'm looking at their websites. I know if they look all sullen and downtrodden, I know I'm going to just keep it mellow. They're all and all their pictures, right? You know who you're talking to, right? So
Later today, we do have to work on edification for the three-way calls. We have
Yes.
to get that nailed down, so
Get
we'll
that
do
done.
that before today, because we need to be all saying the same thing about Jim or close to it, and the same thing about me.
Yep, your background.
And it's gotta be quick, but it's gotta be.
I got all that in my notes, and the quick bullet points I drop about me, and you can make fun of me, make light of me. I promise you can't hurt my feelings. You can say, I met this schmo. He's not real pretty. He's a fat ass, corn-fed idiot from Minnesota. This guy made $8 million. He retired at the age of 40, right? He passed out 2,000 multimedia business cards. They didn't have a drip system back then. They didn't have the 20 free reports. They didn't give out the 20 free gifts. I bet this guy would have made 20 million if they have this stuff today. So Jim's sharp. He knows the system. He'll answer all your questions. I'll be able to answer a decent amount of them, but you can hit this guy with a machine gun. You're not going to hurt his feelings. Let him have it. Just slice and dice him if you want. But he knows his stuff. He used this system personally. He bought 2,000 of them, made $8 million on the back end. It exploded his business. One of his multimedia business cards fractured off and brought him 27 clients, including Brett Tanner. was in a lineage of 27 clients that I got from giving Chuck a multimedia business card. Then Chuck gave it to Lois and Fred and Billy and Teddy. Then it fractured off. And about midway stream through that, Brett Tanner was a client of mine. 24-year-old kid, smart, sharp as a tack. I talked him into getting his real estate license. He came to work for me, made several $1 million over 3-4 years. And when I retired 6 years ago, he went to work for Keller Williams, and he's still slaughtering it. So, I mean, it's funny that he came from a multimedia business card.
So I'm gonna do it, when I edify you, a lot shorter, else you don't like it.
yeah.
But what I'm gonna say about them, and we all know that Stephen is the creator of the multimedia business card, but I'm gonna say, Jim Ingles, a really busy guy, but if I'm getting him on the phone, I really want you to meet him. He's the architect of the ultimate real estate sales
Great.
system. I wanna use the architect thing, that he's the one who designed this thing. He also used an older version of the product to make himself $8 million for a $30,000 investment, but he's the architect of the system, is the point I want to make. Let me get him, ring, ring, ring.
Yeah,
Type
and then
that
if
up,
you say
type that up and send that to
yeah,
him.
and if
That
you
was
say
perfect.
something about the
I hope
company,
you got it recorded, because I won't remember this shit.
I know exactly.
people will come at you and say, hey, I haven't seen this before. How come I haven't heard of it? I've been around for a million years in real estate. I've never seen it, heard of it, nothing. I said, well, the great news is Steven Anderson, you know, what I would say to him from my point of view, I do not own this company. I work for it, right? I'm a contractor. Steven owns the company 100%. It's been around for 34 years. He's got 28,000 clients over 34 years. He would not have 28,000 clients over 34 years if this did not work, if it weren't successful. They already would have hung him and lynched him. 28,000 people partying with 15 to 20,000 each. He would not be around. It wouldn't have lasted. And me personally, I've been a client of his 4 times. I've paid him $64,000 in the past 24 years. I was a stockbroker when I came out of college.